네. 네. 안녕하십니까. 저는 오늘 사회를 맡은 첨보교육원 김상호 국장입니다. 만나서 반갑습니다.
Hello, I'm Director Kim Sang-ho from Chombo Education Center. I'm today's MC. It is truly a pleasure to meet you.
네. 근본 교육이 진행되기까지 적극적인 관심과 협조로 애써주신 전 세계 목회자, 공직자 그리고 식구님들께 깊은 감사를 드립니다.
I would like to express my deep gratitude to all international leaders, pastors, and family members from around the world who have shown interest and cooperation leading up to this education session.
네. 금일 식순에 대해서 말씀드리겠습니다.
I'll now explain today's schedule.
네. 금일 교육 주제는 웰코칭 수수리더 첫 번째 과정인 수수리더와 관리자가 되겠습니다.
The topic for today's education is well coaching, GT leader and manager.
네. 대표 기도는 캐나다의 라이언 아베니르 목사님께서 해주시고요. 주제 공유는 길령한 원장님께서 수고해 주시겠습니다.
The opening prayer will be led by Reverend Ryan Abner from Canada, and the theme will be shared by President Kim Young-hwan.
네, 현재 진행되고 있는 교육 주제는요. 첨보 리더스쿨 3 과정입니다. 올해 4월부터 매월 1회 교육을 목표로 교육을 진행 중에 있습니다.
The ongoing education topic is the third course of Chombo Leaders School. We have been conducting monthly education sessions since April this year.
네, 오늘 참석을 못하신 분들도 추후에 유튜브로 시청하실 수 있도록 수업이 끝나면 유튜브에 바로 교육 영상을 업로드하겠습니다. 유튜브에 첨보 리더스쿨을 검색하시면 되겠습니다.
For those who couldn't attend today's session, we will upload the educational video on YouTube immediately after the class ends. You can search for Chombo Leaders School on YouTube.
네, 교육 후에 소감문도 적극적으로 관심 있게 제출해 주시면 교육에 도움이 많이 될 것 같습니다.
I would appreciate it if you could submit your reflections after the education session. It will be greatly helpful for us.
네, 첨보 리더스쿨은 억지로 누가 시켜서 받는 교육이 아니라 여러분 스스로 주인이 되고 주체적으로 이끌어가는 교육 철학을 담고 있습니다.
Chombo Leaders School embodies an educational philosophy where you, not forced by anyone, become the owners and lead the education yourself.
네, 참 어머니께서 바라시는 자랑스러운 첨보 가정이 되시길 바랍니다.
I hope it helps you to become a proud Chombo family as desired by your parents.
네, 그럼 지금부터 2023 제3차 첨보 리더스쿨 영어권 2회차 교육을 큰 박수로 시작하겠습니다.
Now let's begin the 2023 third Global Chombo Leaders School English session, second education, with a big round of applause.
네. 네, 먼저 천지인 참부모님께 경배에 올리겠습니다. 화면을 봐주시기 바랍니다.
First, let's bow to our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Please look at the screen.
네, 천지인 참부모님께 경배.
Let's bow to true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind.
바로. 네, 대표보고는 캐나다의 라이언 아베니르 목사님께서 해주시겠습니다.
The representative report will be given by Reverend Ryan Abner from Canada.
Let us pray. Our dearest heavenly parents and victorious true parents, we are gathered here together as your sons and daughters, and of yours, Father. As we start this new journey for Chombo leadership training, we want to invite you to, in this gathering, to empty our heart and our mind and humble ourselves to receive the guidance, inspirations, and nurture our heart and mind, Father. Lead our speakers, our brothers and sisters who are sharing their experiences. May give us inspirations, give us encouragement and education to raise our heart, train our heart, and develop our heart to become a true sons and daughters of you, Father. Please be with us in this gathering, in this journey for 16 weeks, and be your educations help us to become a true sons and daughters of yours that become a victorious Chambu, can bring joy and happiness and inspiration together our group parents. Thank you, Father. Please bless our gathering, bless our brothers and sisters who will share their experience, and bless our speaker for today, Professor Gill, and may this gathering be fruitful and meaningful for each one of us. I'd like to offer a reporter's prayer. My name, our name, Ryan A. Abinabresenta family, Aji.
아주. 네, 은혜로운 기도 감사드립니다.
Sorry. Thank you very much for your gracious prayer.
네, 다음은 길령환 첨보교육원장님을 모시고 주제 공유의 시간을 갖도록 하겠습니다.
Next, we will invite President Kim Young-hwan from Cheonbo Education Center share today's theme.
네, 금일 교육 주제는 웰코칭 수수리더 중에 수수리더와 관리자입니다.
The topic for today's education is well coaching, GT leader, and among them it is GT leader and manager.
네, 길령환 원장님을 따뜻한 박수로 맞이해 주시기 바랍니다.
Please give a warm round of applause to President Kim Young-hwan.
안녕하셨습니까? 반갑습니다.
Hello, everyone. Nice meeting you.
예, 지금 하늘 부모님 성회에서는 지금 아주 참 대폭적인 변화가 이루어지고 있습니다.
In our heavenly holy community, there's a big change that's been going on.
예, 신안국을 중심 삼고 아마도 연결해서 상당히 큰 변화가 올 것 같습니다.
It's, centering on heavenly Korea, it seems there will be like big changes connecting one another.
예, 어머님이 직접 진두지휘하는 그런 모습이십니다.
True Mother is directly guiding us for the change.
한국은 2027년까지 어머님은 기다리고 싶은 것보다는 더 빨리 신한국 통일이 이루어져야 된다고 이렇게 말씀하고 계십니다.
True Mother is directing us not waiting until 2027, but the reunification of North and South Korea needs to be accomplished as soon as possible.
그래서 지금 아마 5월 말이나 6월 초가 되면은 여러 가지 발표가 나올 것 같습니다.
So we're anticipating the guidance maybe at the end of May or early June this year.
네. 그런 입장에서 지금 참어머니 오직 하나를 부르짖고 있는 게 있는데 그것이 뭐냐 하면은 전도와 천일국 백성의 증가입니다.
The only thing that True Mother is emphasizing is that witnessing and development of Cheonbo, Cheonilguk people, members, families.
그래서 저는 신한국에서 매주마다 우리 식구들과 리더들을 함께 16주 효정 전도 수행 프로그램을 지금 진행하고 있습니다.
So in Korea, in Heavenly Korea, every week I'm conducting a 16-week Hyojong witnessing, practicing education with the leaders and members.
네. 사실 우리가 그 축복 과정의 현장을 들여다보면은 다른 사람을 전도하는 것도 사실 중요하지만은 그 앞서서 우리 가정들의 삶의 형태가 과연 축복 과정인가 하는 그런 질문을 먼저 해봐야 될 그런 입장입니다.
Of course, it's important to focus on witnessing, but we need to question ourselves that our blessed families are truly living the life of blessed central family.
그래서 여러분 지금 CLS3에 우리가 주제가 발표가 됐지만은 그 주제를 좀 바꾸어서 우리가 앞으로 우리가 어떤 입장이 돼야 되고 어떻게 우리가 생활해야 되고 어떻게 전도 시스템을 만들어가야 되는가 하는 이 주제로서 우리가 입장을 바꾸어서 같이 플러스한 상태에서 함께 공유하도록 하겠습니다.
Of course, the main theme has been announced for CLS3, but we may have to change the topics, and we have to look into ourselves and what positions we are in and what kind of lifestyle we are having and how we can change our witnessing systems as we participate together and sharing with each other.
여러분 잘 아시다시피 우리들의 지도자들은 계속 바뀌고 있습니다.
As you may have known, our leadership has been changing recently.
여러분 어떻게 생각하십니까? 바뀐 지도자마다 전략을 발표하고 정책을 발표해서 그걸 따르게 하다가 또 바뀌고 또 전략도 바뀌고 이런 상태로 가면 우리가 어떤 입장이 되겠습니까?
How do you think if every single time the leadership has changed and their strategies or the way they conduct the church will change, then how can we follow that? How can we adapt ourselves all the time?
그래서 뭔가 세계 본부나 또는 하늘부님 성의 안에 일관적이고 집약적이고 지속적인 그런 공통된 그런 전략이 필요하게 될 겁니다.
Therefore, from the world international headquarters and also in our heavenly holy community, we need to have the condensed and continuously that we can follow, that is common strategy that we can work always together.
여러 가지 전략이 많이 있지만은 기본적이고 뿌리되는 전략을 ABC라고 가정해 봅시다.
I'm sure there are many different strategies, but let's say a very basic strategy, we call it ABC.
그러면 지도자가 바뀌더라도 어디로 가더라도 언어만 바뀌고 문화 풍습이 좀 다를 뿐이지 전략적인 스타일은 같이 가져갈 수가 있게 될 겁니다.
If we have that, even if the leadership has changed and go to different areas or different culture or customs, the strategy will not change, will have the same style.
그래서 우리가 지난번 리더스쿨 2를 할 때 홈그룹이라는 이름을 가지고 함께 우리가 팀을 만들어 가지고 번식하는 그런 것을 우리가 공부했었죠.
And in the last CLS2, we have studied centering on home group team that we create home group and multiply. We studied that together.
그래서 그것을 그렇게 그걸 제대로 하려면은 리더십이 필요하기 때문에 그 리더십은 우리가 신수수 리더십이라고 그래가지고 우리가 지난 첫 번째 시간에 우리가 그 천보의 코치의 길을 가야 된다 이런 얘기를 우리가 함께 했습니다.
So in order for us to do it properly, we have talked about heavenly give and take leadership, and we have to learn and become 천보 coach. We've talked about these topics.
네, 그래서 이 시간부터는 우리가 나름대로 좀 집약해서 어떻게 하면 우리가 나와 내 가정과 내 이웃이 팀이 만들어져 가지고 이것을 어떻게 전도를 잘 할 수 있을 것인가 하는 그것을 다시 한번 생각해 보기로 하겠습니다.
So from this time on, I would like to think with you together how we can condense this coaching system we've been talking about, centering on our families and neighbors, how to create the team so that we can include this in our witnessing activities, so we can like develop and make a boom of witnessing.
예. 그래서 오늘은 네 분의 발표자가 있는데요. 일단은 두 분을 먼저 발표하게 해보겠습니다.
So I know there are 4 presenters prepared your presentation today, but among 4 people, I would like to invite 2 of them to share their presentation.
예, 한 분은 여러분이 너무나 잘 아시는 말레이시아의 후이킴 리더가 발표를 하게 돼 있고요.
And one person is, as you all know, Mrs. Hui Kim from Malaysia.
그 내용은 뭐냐 하면은 현재 홈그룹 시스템을 가지고 16주 프로그램을 어떻게 말레이시아에서는 하고 있는가 하는 것을 얘기해 줄 겁니다.
She will share about home group 16-week program, how they've been conducting it and practicing it in Malaysia.
예. 그리고 또 한 분은 지금 처음 시작을 하는데 체코에서 유럽에서 한국에서 하는 이 16주 프로그램에 참여를 해서 배워가면서 그 나라에 적용하는 이런 스타일의 보고를 해주겠습니다.
Another person is they're starting newly in Czech Republic, and she's been participating in the 6-week program in Korea. As she's learning, also she's implementing this in her mission area. So she's gonna share her presentation.
네, 그리고 제가 주제 발표를 할 것이고요.
And I'm going to share the topic with you myself.
그리고 시간이 되면은 이제 여러분들의 질문을 받고.
And if the time allows us, we'll have Q&A session.
그 다음에 다른 두 분의 발표도 들어보도록 하겠습니다. 시간이 되면은.
And if there's enough time, we'll invite the other 2 presenters as well.
자, 그러면은 여러분 처음에는 우리가 그 말레이시아의 사례를 함께 들어보면서 어떻게 이 16주를 이끌어가고 있는가를 자세히 한번 살펴보도록 하겠습니다.
So first of all, let's invite Mrs. Hui Kim from Malaysia and listen to the experiences and case study, like cases in Malaysia, how to lead their home groups through this 16-week program.
네, 여러분들이 자세히 잘 들어보시면은 아주 큰 도움이 될 겁니다.
If you listen carefully, I'm sure it will be very helpful to you.
자, 그러면 발표해 주시기 바랍니다.
Let's
Yes.
start. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good evening, Professor Gill, all the Tombok couples, all the world leaders, all the brother and sister. Good evening. Yeah, I'm Hui Kim. I'm come from Malaysia. And tonight I will going to share to you the good points of practicing the Hyojong Team 16 weeks curriculum in Malaysia. We have been learning from Professor Gill teaching about the home group system 5 years ago. And we found out that the key for us to reach to the happiness, success, and blessing, it is through this the Hyojong team, the new words, which is we learned today, and actually it is the home group. So basically, in the home group system, we learned from Professor Gill that he asked us to run this 16 weeks 4-cycle gathering. And in this 16-week 4 cycle, we have a 4 themes. One is the Chongsong, second is relationship, third is invitation, and the fourth is multiplication. And this 4 theme is so important in this 16-week 4 cycle. So every week we run this home group gathering is based on one theme. For example, this week we run centering on the Chongsong theme, and the second week we run centering on the relationship. Third is invitation, and so on. And besides that, centering on the guidance which we learned from Professor Gill, we learned about the 3-3-3 strategy, which is Trinity, 3 subject thoughts, and 3 great blessings. And we found out that all these kind of the component, when we put into practice in our home group movement, we found out that wow, amazing. It is a very powerful life practice content. It is not just the contents that we practice in our home group gathering, but instead it is also trying to remind us time to time and day by day in our daily life that we should put into practice in our own life, in our family, in our community, and in our home group movement through this 4 themes. So today, I would like to share to you what is the good point when we practice about this 16-week centering on this 4 themes. So the first theme is Chongsong. So as we know that as a UC member, we put a lot of Chongsong, right, in our daily life, in our life of faith. For myself, I realized that through the Chongsong purification, it is the way that we can witness to myself. And the way that when I witness to myself, when I practice God's word in my daily life, when I connected more to Heavenly Parent and to parents, then this is the way that I can become a heavenly self. So the good point is when we keep practicing the Chongsong, no matter what kind of the Chongsong condition we lay, the spiritual condition, whatever that you means for, the Chongsong itself, it is the way that can heal myself and really purify myself, and it can sharpen my spiritual senses to be God-centered mindset. So I will not be bounded by my ego or my fallen nature. So we have a lot of fallen nature, and this is the life that we need to really try our best, and we really need to strive forward to really remove our fallen nature. So I find out when we practice Chongsong purification, it is the best way for us to let go of our ego and our fallen nature. And secondly, when we practice Chongsong, then I can check how much is my spiritual energy? How high is it? Is it my spiritual self, my energy? Is it balanced internally, artistically? My relationship with my family and others in my community? And what kind of the mindset I have? What kind of the attitude I have? And so on, the external thing. So I can check myself daily in my life. And then thirdly, throughout the Chongsong purification, when we really put into the practice to purify ourselves, then we can be more pure and we will have a more humble attitude, because in our daily life, we will always converse with Heavenly Parent. We will ask Heavenly Parent or even ask our conscience. So in this way, it is very easy to erase all my ego. And then it is more easy for us to see from Heavenly Parent's viewpoint, that we can see well actually what is going on. So when the things happen not accordingly to what we hope or what we expect, then we need to check and we need to ask Heavenly Parent, why Heavenly Parent, this thing happened to me? Why it happened? And what is the reason, or what is the root cause behind all this situation that happened to me? So throughout that kind of the conversation, then I can really check my original motivation. I can bring back myself to my original position, and then I will not bound or entangle with all the negativity thought or the negative feeling or the negative emotion which is occur inside my heart. So through this kind of the practice, I realize it really can make us closer to Heavenly Parents. And finally, if we really put the tongue song purification into practice in our daily life, I believe every one of us, we can become our true self, the original self. So I will be the frontliner to build the culture of heart, the culture of love. And I can become a good Chombo coach. And I know how to raise up my Hyojong team, my home group members, my HDM, my PMC members, my family, and I can expand my tribe. Whatever, when I meet the members, when we meet to our members, we know their situation. And then through the coaching skill, we learn that and we put into the practice, then we know how to guide them centering on Heavenly Parents' viewpoint. So I feel this is very, very valuable things that we can gain in our daily life, and it really can uplift our spiritual self. And second theme, which is the relationship, it means that we really want to share our love and care for each other. So we not just learn in the 4-cycle gathering itself, but in our daily life, how we going to build out the relationship within our Trinity, within our home group member, within my family, and also with my community. So through this way, we can experience 4 great names of heart in order to perfect our heart of true love, and we can really create the culture of heart in our Hyojong team, in our home group, which is the true brother and sisterhood. I realize that many of us, especially we are standing in the front line doing the mission, we are focusing on the mission-minded, mission-oriented relationship. If we got the doing together the mission with others, then we feel that, oh, I'm very close to this person. Instead, if I have no same mission, or we are in a different field, then we feel that our connection is looser, and then slowly our relationship become loosened and loosened. So I feel that the true brother sisterhood, which is so important in our community, because we really care for others, not because of mission, not because of the position, but because of Heavenly Parents' love, that I care for you. That's why I concern about you. That's why I really put my effort and my heart to really take care about you. So this is the attitude that we can have in our relationship. And then with that, we can build a better relationship. So through sharing and caring, we can treat each other as my real family member, so that I can serve them, I can attend them with all my heart, and we can build a better relationship, a good relationship with sincere respect, integrity, and honest. I feel these 4 words is so important in our relationship. It is not centering on some purpose, but it is really from our bottom of our heart that we sincerely hope this person can be so good, can be so happy like this. So this is from our bottom of our heart. It's not by the purpose, it's not by the mission. And not only in our family and also our home group, but also among home group and home group, we also try to build out that kind of the relationship. That's why we care for each other, we concern for each other, and we help each other. We help other home group, we help other Trinity when they are in their weak point, or when they facing the challenge or the obstacle. We are the one behind them to back up them, to cheer them up, to give them the encouragement, so that every one of us, we can move on. We have so many activities carry on in our home group movement, in order we can create a better relationship within our home group, within home group, and also with our community. And then thirdly, we can grow and learn together. And with this kind of the team and togetherness spirit, we can overcome all kind of the trials and difficulties with a right attitude, right mindset throughout all kind of the training program, which is like a home group leader or the Trinity meeting, guidance, the training courses, or the workshop experiential learning from our HDM Leaders School. So with that, we can grow up more and more. And then the third theme, which is the invitation. So when we learn and study, and with this theme, it keep remind us again and again and again, witnessing, witnessing, and witnessing. So we have three types of witnessing. So of course, basically, we witness to the new guests, the new people, the outsider. So we continue our witnessing program to witness to the new guests. We share our love to our relative and our friends, and we also spread the blessing around. And through it, we found out that it can help us to establish our own value and be a noble person in others' life. When we help others, when we make others become more happy, and then when they know heavenly parents and true parents and their life is changing, this is some kind of invaluable things that happen in our life, right? So I believe every one of us, we must have that kind of the feeling when we doing the witnessing to the outsider. But I think the second witnessing, it is more harder, which is we need to witness to our church member, our church brother and sister, or our family member who knows heavenly parent and true parent. I think it is very tough, but in our home group movement, we try it out. We witness to our church member, especially those inactive member. So to connecting them back, to visiting them, building the relationship, holistic relationship with them, talk to them, and then using the coaching skill to really let them see well. And then we continue to encourage them to join back the church activities. So one by one, we need to take care because they are in the recovering process and they need care. They need special care. So it is us that we can really care for them. And it is us that we have this responsibility to really share continuously Heavenly Parents' love to them, even though they didn't connect to Heavenly Parent or didn't connect to the church. So, and recently we have one very old member. She managed to break through herself for many years. She couldn't bring her husband to join blessing, but this time on May 7th, she managed to break through to bring her husband to join this true parents cosmic blessing. When we see their couple, we are so happy and we are so grateful, and we can see the abundant blessing is dwelling down in their family. So this is a very touching moment that when we see our member again bring their family back or bring their members back to the church. So this is the second witnessing. And then the third witnessing, I realized that which is harder, which is to witness to my family member. It is really not easy. So we can't just do mission and then abandon our family, our spouse, or our children aside. But this is our responsibility. We need to raise up our spouse and our children. So throughout the process of doing home group, I realized that I myself, I must take the responsibility for my family. I need to raise up my children by myself. And I'm very grateful that through the guidance and through the practicing of these 16 weeks, I can see my children is growing up. And then finally, I'm very grateful that we can form my own family trinity. I'm so surprised and I'm so grateful that this thing happened in my family. And the other home group, we also doing our best. We also trying to witness to my children. We not just take care of our children and then let them grow physically, but spiritually, we need to give them the spiritual food. We need to witness to them. Even though they are second gen, not means that they have strong faith, but we ourselves, we need to really teach them and guide them step by step, and then how they can really recognize their own faith with heavenly parents and true parents. And then from that moment onwards, they can start their life of faith by themselves. So we are safe from that kind of the temptation from the outside world. So a few of our home groups, Trinity and the leaders, they are trying very hard to witness to their children, and we see their children growing up from time to time, week by week, through the home group 16-week 4-cycle gathering. They are growing every time. And then when we heard about their testimony or their sharing, wow, it is so amazing. And sometimes my children become my teacher, and then they teach me what to do and what should I do, you know. So I feel that this kind of a witnessing to my family, especially my spouse and children, and finally we can form my own Trinity, family Trinity. It can create my family spiritual protection realm. And now I'm very grateful. Even my husband, he also joined this 16-week home group 4-cycle. So in my family, 4 of us, except my youngest son, he is only 13 years old, not yet. So 4 of us, we joined the home group 16-week 4-cycle gathering together every week. So when we share our sharing through the Zoom, then each of us, we are so surprised. Oh, my mother have such kind of the thought. Oh, my son got this kind of the experience that I never thought of. Oh, my husband is so amazing. So this is some kind of the so energetic experience I can gain and I can have in my family through all of us join together this 16-week 4-cycle gathering. And then the 4th theme is multiplication. So we continue to spread the truth and heavenly parents' love to many, many people as much as possible. So we managed to multiply a new home groups. And then we believe through this way, we can fulfill our 430 couples and 43 regular couples and become a real Chongbok couples. So like for example, L3, they multiply the L3 home, and then the 3rd home group Springfield, and then the Glorious Grace, they multiply another 2 home group. And this home group is very unique because they are from the HTM, and then mostly their members is Indian family. And then the 3rd is the Shining Hope. Within the 1.5 years, we managed to multiply another new home group. And then not only that, throughout this process, I realized that we are in the process to practice what Two Father telling us. And we are practicing the pattern of Two Father witnessing formula, which is start from 3 and then to 12 and then to 36 number and then so on. So through this whole process, I can see that amazingly, this is what Two Father told us. This is what this is what two parents told us. And also this is what Professor Gill told us. So it is so amazing. We just practice it and then the things come out. So I'm very grateful in this Shining Hope. We not only have the home group Trinity, but now we have my own family Trinity, and in our home group Trinity family. And through this process, I can see this is the extension family core-based foundation. And this kind of the foundation is so solid and so bold, then no one can really attack it. I feel that that kind of the foundation, it can help us to multiply and to expand more and more. And then lastly, this is in Malaysia, we try to figure out the roadmap or the way how we can achieve to become the Tombok Church or the Tombok couple step by step. So this is what we do, and then what we put into the practice, and what we are understand about, and what is our realization. So through this step by step and this kind of the roadmap, all of our breast family, we can have a clear picture. How should do? What should I do? And what is the first step I need to take? So step by step, each one by each one, from 3, we build out to the 12, and then 36, and then some more 43, and so on until we reach 430. So I would like to make a conclusion. So I'm very grateful. We are so grateful. We are truly grateful for Heavenly Parents and True Parents, because all what we did, it is based on the words of True Parents. And then we try to put into the practice step by step. And then we feel that through this way, we can step by step and slowly, and we can become a Hyojong sons and daughters of Heavenly Parent and True Parents. We just follow what True Parents did, and then fulfill our part, fulfill our responsibility, and then let's bring the glorious and the joy to our Heavenly Parent and True Parent. Secondly, I'm very grateful to our Professor Gil guidance throughout these few years. So centering on what he teaches in the CLS and also the previous, the HTM Leader School 2 and 3. So through all kind his content, we learn, we absorb everything, and then we put into the action, and then we see the result, and we see the good outcome. So this is what we are so grateful to our great coach, Professor Gil. And then finally, I realized that this Hyojong team, the home group itself, with this 16-week curriculum, this 16-week 4-cycle gathering, it is a very effective way. And through this, we can achieve our Tombok mission based on the Trinity. Then we can borrow the energy from our Trinity. We can energize our energy, and then we can save our energy. So we can do things in a very, very effective way. So I'm very grateful to everything that happened. So we are still not enough. We are still a lot of shortcoming. And we are still striving forwards to achieve a greater result or the greater good things. So we continues want to learn from Professor Gil through this CLS. And I end my sharing here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
자랑스럽습니다.
I'm so proud of you.
예. 아주 좋은 발표를 해주셨는데,
Oh, thank you for wonderful presentation and sharing.
지금 많은 분들이 이걸 들으면서, 우리는 어떻게 저렇게 할 수 있을까라고 이렇게 기대를 갖는 분, 또 질문하고 싶은 분들이 계실 거예요.
Many of you, as you're listening the sharing or presentation, you may question yourself, how can we do the same? How can we expect the same result? I'm sure some of you have those questions, right?
그런 생각을 가진 분들에게 우리 후이킴은 뭐라고 얘기해 줄 수 있겠어요? 어떻게 해보시라고?
This is for Mrs. Hui Kim. Can you share your thoughts on this question? What can you tell them to try?
Okay. Yes, that is one method that I learned in the past. Whatever I learn a new things, because for myself, my character is whatever I want to learn the new things, I want to absorb it 100%. I want to make sure that I can understand 100%. So in order for me to reach that kind of the standard, then I empty myself with the empty cup, totally throw out my concept and my thinking and my thought and even my experience in the past. And with the empty cup, with the humble attitude, I learn everything from the new beginning, I learn. So with that, I absorb everything, all the great essence behind the very core value and the essence in the new teaching. And then through that, I realized, wow, it is so amazing. Then this is the best way, then I must do it. So in this way, I practice it. I push myself to practice because never practice, never know. Only when we practice, we know the outcome it is. So I push myself, no matter how, even though you are dark, but don't worry, don't think too much, you just do it. When you do it, you will see the result. You will see the outcome, you will know the difficulty, you will know the challenge. And then in that time, you can refer back to your teacher, to your great coach. And then through the guidance, then continue. I can keep up to improve myself and then learn again and then experience myself again. Yeah, I think this is what I can share. Thank you.
예. 대단히 철학적인 얘기를 하셨는데
A very philosophical way of answer that you gave.
당장 이 시청자들이 해보려고 그러면 무엇부터 어떻게 시작해야 될까요? 물어본다면은.
Then what can everyone who's attending here today do as the first step?
For me, my experience, the first step that we have to do the Cheongsong purification to myself, to my inner self, and erase all my ego, erase all my conventional thinking, my thought, and my self-centeredness. I feel it is so much important.
예. 지금 얘기한 걸 제가 설명을 조금 더 해드릴게요. 여러분들한테.
I will add a little bit more explanation on her sharing.
지금 갑자기 처음에 정성이라고 얘기했습니다. 정성이 필요하다.
And she said the first thing that she said was Cheongsong. We need to offer Cheongsong.
이 프로그램이나 이 스케줄은 아주 시스템 있게 이렇게 만들어졌기 때문에 그냥 시스템에 올라만 탄다고 되는 게 아니지요.
Of course, this program or schedule that we're sharing is not something like, because there's a system, you can just get on and then things will happen. It's not like that.
그냥 시스템에 올라타면 그냥 시스템만 돌아갈 뿐이에요.
If we just adopt yourself or get on the system, the system may just run itself.
더 중요한 게 뭐냐 하면은 이 시스템에 올라타는 사람의 마음의 자세가 어떤가, 이거 중요하죠.
What's more important than the system, getting on the system, is that the person's attitude and mindset.
네. 이미 말레이시아도 시스템이 있고 여러분이 함께 공부하려면은 이 첨보 교육은 아니도 시스템이 다 돼 있습니다. 자료도 있고 모든 게 다 돼 있습니다.
Of course, in Malaysia, they have their system, and in Chombo Leader School or Education Center, we have all these important contents and the system.
그런데 시작하면서 작업하면서 잘 안 되는 그런 결과가 많이 나타나요.
However, when we started this, there aren't really great results that we see.
적어도 3위 기대라면 3명이 팀을 만드는 건데 이 3명이 팀을 만드는 것도 쉽지 않아요.
Even creating a trinity which means three people form a trinity as one team. Even creating that isn't that easy.
뭐 시간이 없다, 그다음에 뭐 여유가 없다, 뭐 이런 것도 많이 있을 수 있지만은 가장 중요한 게 뭐냐면 세 명의 마인드셋이 어떻게 돼 있느냐, 이것이 제일 중요하죠.
Of course, there are many reasons you can say, oh, there's no time, I'm too busy, I don't have, and many different excuses. The most important thing is the mindset of these three people.
그것이 뭐냐 하면은 사심을 비우고 에고를 내려놓고 본심의 소리를 따라가는 것이죠. 이제 그 작업을 쉽지 않지만은 try 해서 본심에 내가 되는 그런 작업이 제일 중요하다고 봅니다.
The most important thing is to let go of our ego and listen to our original mind. Of course, it's not easy, but if we keep on trying and reaching that point to listen to our original mind, that process is very important.
이걸 가지고 우리는 뭐냐 하면은 몸과 마음의 정화정성이라고 표현을 했죠. 심신정화정성.
And we call this mind and body purification, 정성.
네. 이것을 지속적으로 수행처럼 하는 그런 시간과 훈련과 또 기대가 서로 모여가지고 서로 공동적으로 회개하고 또 시작하고 회개하고 또 시작하고 이런 과정이 사실 먼저 필요하게 되지요.
And when we continuously practice this purification 정성, we need to practice and train ourselves. And when we get together as a Trinity, we repent ourselves and restart. And we need this process as the first step to do.
그래서 한국에서는 16주 이 주제 안에 훈독 말씀이 나옵니다. 그럼 훈독 말씀을 아침에 읽고 하루 종일 생활하면서 훈독 말씀은 실천하는 그런 작업을 우리가 하고 있어요.
In Korea, during the 16-week curriculum, every day we read Hundok words in the morning, and throughout the day, we try to practice what we've learned in the morning.
이걸 통해서 개인이 변화되고 부부간의 관계가 몹시 달라지고 자녀와의 관계도 달라지고 축복받지 않으려고 했던 자녀들이 축복을 받게 되고 이런 현상이 보여진단 말이죠.
Through these personal changes, through this practice and personal changes, we see the changes in their couples, changes, relationship changes with their children, and some children who didn't want to receive the blessings, now they want to receive the blessings. We see these kind of changes.
이런 것들이 지금 후이킴 가정에서도 그렇게 변화가 나타나가지고 정말 효과적이고 좋다 이런 반증을 하는 거죠 지금.
So we see even the results from Mrs. Hui Kim's family, the changes, and she's sharing that how effective it is.
이제 앞으로 우리는 이것을 그냥 강의하는 스타일로 그냥 얘기하고 듣는 게 아니고 여기 나와서 계신 분들이 실제적으로 실천해보고 그 주제를 실천해보고 발표하는 그런 시간을 앞으로 갖게 될 겁니다.
So in these CLS sessions, we're not going to have like a lecturing style, but rather each one of you or who are participating in this session, following the topics, we'll practice in our life, and then we'll share what we've practiced during the session.
그래서 주로 이제 먼저 시도한 사람들이 많은 발표를 하게 되고 그다음에 그걸 듣는 사람들 계속 질문해서 확실히 배울 수 있도록 그렇게 했으면 좋겠습니다.
And I would like to see, first of all, like those who have practiced that, and first they will share their experiences, And then we'll have Q&A, and through Q&A, we can also, each one of us can learn this.
자, 그럼 여러분들 중에서 우리 후이킴에게 정말 궁금한 걸 한번 질문해 보기 바랍니다. 좋은 질문하면 좋은 답을 얻게 됩니다.
Can you please ask what you would like to ask to Mrs. Hui Kim? When you make a good questions, you can draw like a good answers. So can you ask questions to Mrs. Hui Kim?
Hello.
Hello, go ahead.
Okay, I was asking in the chat, what is the ABC soup? Thank you.
That was just an example. ABC was just an example. 답이 됐는지 모르겠네요. ABC가 뭔지에 대해서 물어보고 있었습니다. 소리가 안 들리는데요.
나한테 물어보는 건가요? ABC?
아까 저기 원장님이 말씀하실 때 예를 들어서 ABC라고 합시다라고 했던 내용인 것 같아요.
예, 그는
네.
예를 들어서 ABC고 뭐 특별한 의미는 없었습니다.
네, it was just an example. There's no meaning for the ABC. Any questions to Mrs. Hui Kim?
예, 우리 저기
Can I have-
후이킴한테
Yes.
질문 좀 보시면 좋겠어요.
Yeah, can I have a question?
Yeah.
Please? Yeah, thank you for your wonderful presentation. It's very, very useful. And my question is that through this all content, actually important is to make Trinity and make unity there. I think it is very important part of this or everything. So, what could you advise how to form the Trinity, and if it is formed, then how to do so that it really make a good unity? Yeah, like that.
From my experience, to form a Trinity, as what Professor Gill mentioned just now, it is really a very hard process, and not just a hard H-A-R-D, but also a hard H-E-A-R-T, hard process, because we really need to invest. And before we can find the second person, the third person, the most important is we need pray to Heavenly Parent, who is my Trinity, and where can I find my Trinity? So it needs a lot of effort and song to really find out the second and the third person. But if we can do together, even though together with our members or with the brother and sister, even though we are still not a Trinity yet, but throughout the process when we're doing the winner sing, then automatically the Trinity will appear. The second Trinity and the third person will be appeared. And then for our case, especially in Malaysia, finding the second person, it is so easy. But when we try to find the third person, it is really hard time and not easy. And many of our home group Trinity, they are facing this Trinity problem. Even though some home group, they form the Trinity centering on 3 person, but after a period of time, the one of the person don't want to continue anymore, and then they leave it. So it remains 2 person again. So again, we need to find the third person. So it is a process. And I understand and I experience myself through this kind of the process that Heavenly Parents want us to really seek for His help. And really, this is not by our own will, our own power, or our thought to do it, but it is by Heavenly Parents' wisdom, will, and the power that we can fulfill it. We can find the right person. So for my understand, in order to find the right person, we need to meet many members. We need to ask them, you know, and then what is their interest about, especially centering on God's will, what they want to do, for example, like that. So through this kind of the way we communicate to many members, then maybe we can find out some member we have a same common base. Like for example, I want to do with nursing, but I don't know how to do. I'm alone. I feel so lonely, but I really want to do. So when I meet this person, oh, I also want to do with nursing. Can we do together? So we try to pair it up. So we try to form this trinity. But of course, centering on what we learn, when we feel that, okay, these three persons already get together, the first thing we need to set our Trinity vision and mission. I feel it is so important. Without set up the vision and mission, three of us, we couldn't have a same common base. We couldn't have a same mutual understanding. And without this vision and mission of Trinity, when in the process of we are doing witnessing, when some problem occur or something wrong, then we need to refer back to our vision and mission. When sometimes we have a different opinion, or maybe we will be quarrel also, then it's a time for us to refer back our vision and mission. That's why set up the vision and mission for this three person is so much important. And then I believe that is what I learned for, of course, when we form this Trinity, it is not just doing mission. It is not just doing the HTM mission, or I want to become the Chombo couple. Of course, this is our external goal. But ultimately, internally is, I have to treat this second person and the third person as my real brother and sister, just my own physical brother and sister. So what can I do for this person? What can I do for my Trinity? How can I help them? So when they're facing the difficulties, how can I support my help? How can I provide my help? When the children facing the problem, how can I give a support to them? So this is some kind like a family style relationship. This is some kind like a extension family. So I believe with our sincere heart, we truly treat each other as a real brother and sister, and we share freely our heart, you know. Even I am a leader, but in front of my Trinity, I share everything, even my struggle, I also share it out. And we believe three of us, we will keep the secret inside ourselves. So we will not gossip, and then but we will try to pray for each other. We pray centering on what we are facing, what is the problem or what is the difficulties. Then we try to pray for each other, sending light, you know, do the prayer for them. And then not just do that, we need the encouragement. So we need the physical bonding. We need to really meet together, discuss together, even though have a meal together, have tea together, even visit to my Trinity family. How is their family going on? How is their children going on? How is their spouse relationship? So everything I need to really put effort and really sincerely care about them. So with that, three of us, we can stimulate our energy together and we can help each other. So this is three family together, even though we are different character, but centering on Heavenly Parent, we can come together. Sometimes we have different opinion, but because of three person, one person giving out the idea, then one person, the second person support, then maybe the third person not be support. So with that, we will come out a different opinion. So in this case, it is very, very hard, but it is a time that we can really cool down ourselves, and then we can pray together, centering on that topic, on that issue. And then we try to come out the inspiration that we get, and then we come again, and then we meet again, and then we can share again, and then maybe we can share out our realization or the inspiration that we get from Heavenly Parent. So through that, we can solve all kind of the conflict or the quarrel or even the different kind of the opinion within the Trinity. And then also, sometimes we face a lot of the challenges because we are blessed family. We need to do many, many things, not only the mission, we need to take care of our children. We need some of us, we have to work outside to earn the money. And then some of them, they really to do the community work in their area. So we have different tasks and multitask. And sometimes we are so busy. And then sometimes we couldn't really concentrate or really put the time in our Trinity itself. So at this time, we also facing the challenge. If one person didn't move, then another two person is so difficult to move forward. But at this time, it is a time for us to do reflection. And then we can reflect our situation, centering on this person's situation, even though this member, this Trinity may face the difficulties, but with the perseverance heart, with the embracing heart, and with the love and care, we must really support. And then we will try our best to help. How can I help? How can I do? What can I offer my help to you so that you can solve your problem very quickly? So in this way, we are doing together and we discuss together. And then with that, I feel it is a very, very more easy way for us to create a very good bonding, very, very deep relationship. And then with that, our heart is connected, our mind is connected, then we can really share everything out. So I feel that the honor, sincerity, and we respect each other, and also we need to forgive and forget. I think this is the way that Heavenly Parent want us to learn and practice the true love itself. Because without embracing each other, the weak point, or the fallen nature, it is so difficult to move on, Sometimes we are so struggle because we have our own fallen nature. But this is the good way and good learning process for us, that we can really reflect ourselves, and then how can I remove myself, my own fallen nature, instead of others? So there is many, many things and many, many experience that we realize when we form the Trinity. And I feel that the Trinity is so powerful because three of us work together. And then three of us centering on the same goal, same way and same direction. When we do together, we really save a lot of time, a lot of energy, and the outcome is so effective. I hope I can answer your question. Thank you.
Thank you.
고맙습니다.
Thank you very much.
예, 그러면은 그 삼위기대를 잘 만들어서 운영하고 있는 우리 김수연님께서 발표를 하시면서 이렇게 우리들한테 다시 한번 얘기해 주시기 바랍니다.
And I'd like to invite Mrs. Xiang Kim, who's created Trinity herself. And can you share your presentation for us?
네, 여기는 지금 우리 후이 킴은 몇 년 동안 한 분이지만 지금 발표하시는 분은 이제 시작한 지가 지금 한 1개월 조금 넘었습니다. 그래서 그 나라에서 삼위기대를 만들어 가시면서 매주마다 말하자면은 공부를 하고 있는 그런 입장이니까 그 자세한 설명은 이제 발표에서 하겠습니다.
Okay, Mr. Hui Kim has been doing this Trinity and activities for several years now, but Mrs. Kim has been doing this activities, creating Trinity only a little more than a month in her country. So she's still studying and learning about Trinity and the 16-week program. So we'll hear from her in a little more detailed way.
여러분들이 시작한다면 아마 지금 이 영상과 내용을 들으면서 따라하시면 되지 않을까 이렇게 생각합니다.
And I think those of you who are just starting up, you can listen to her contents and presentation, and maybe you can copy what she's doing now.
예, 발표해 주시기 바랍니다.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello. Could you see my presentation?
Yes, we can see.
Thank you. Good evening and good afternoon, good morning, brothers and sisters. My name is Hyun Kim from Czech Republic. I'm coordinating STM in Czech Republic recently, and I was lucky and I was honored to join to Korean the 16-week Hyojong witnessing camp. So there I could learn and I could experience some things. So I would like to share this point. It's not moving. Yeah, sorry, it's not moving. So, okay. Just I will try one more time. I hope it worked. Okay. Yes. First, it came to me. It can be our question why I need this 16-week Hyojong witnessing camp. We had many experience with witnessing, but is it some new method of witnessing? Sorry, it's not moving.
Someone says press F5.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So we know that we have our goal, which was given from True Mother. It is we make 33 active members. Yeah, we reach Chunbo and also to make a real active members and go forward. So then how we are going to make it? Yeah, so sure, you everybody are trying very hard in your place. Yes, there is our goal. Yeah, 43 active members. Okay. So we try many things. Some street with our former experiences. Going to witness in the street, or we make some happy events, and also maybe online workshop we organize, and also some we are doing some open Sunday service or making 정성. Yeah, we are doing our best in our place. Then what is the suggestion from the 16-week Hyojong witnessing camp? Yeah, it is, yes, what is really what we can focus is that something very fundamental. It is personal perfection and family perfection first. it is the goal, really, through this camp, we are focusing. Yeah, so it's interesting. We know that maybe many of us, we feel that it's very difficult to realize our idea in our family, making good relationship with spouse and educate children, and also myself become a really wonderful Chonbuk couple. It's very task for everybody, in my opinion, surely for me, yes. So this our Hyojong witnessing camp in Korea I experienced. It is really base for this goal itself is very very moving. Wow! Finally, I can start from very important basic things, making myself uh, perfect or family. So this way to do this is that as Hui Kim experienced so detailedly, I'm very grateful. So making purification 정성. So it is working about myself first. Yeah, and then of course make Trinity 효정 team. So 3 people together work as a team, not solo, but together. Yeah, and create power and support each other. Yeah, and also there is method how to relate with other people. It is based on this purification 정성, which means that try to become egoless person. Actually, even we realize or not, we have our egos inside, and also many conventional concepts which we think is absolutely right. So with these many things, it's very difficult to make a really a good relationship with others, because we know we have experienced many years. But here, a new method or suggested method is heavenly give and take action. So it is something heavenly. Yeah. So
One minute.
and
I'm
then,
sorry, you are still on the slide number 2.
oh, really?
Yes.
My PPT is moving, so I thought it's going together. I hope, okay. So could you see here?
Yes, number 13, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, until which PPT did you see? I'm sorry.
We only saw number 2 and then now
Oh,
the new screen.
okay, I'm sorry. So maybe I go back. Yeah. So I mean, we have a goal, and we everybody try in our place to make reach that goal. Yes. And then we try many activities which we experienced, and we are, as a person or team, we are trying many ways. Yeah. And then actually 16-week Hyojong camp, there is different focus. Yes, it is about personal and family perfection. Yes. And then this way to reach, that is purification 정성, working on myself first. Yeah. And then working together as a trinity, as a team, putting together energy and create such a unity and support from heaven. Yes. And also way to relate with others, making relationship. There is suggested this method, heavenly give and take action. So which we can learn from CLS3 well coaching. Yeah. And so if we try through this way to to our goal to become personally perfected and also create our family as a blessed, beautiful family. Then this 43 active members, it's just like bonus. It's just coming through this all activity as a bonus, because we need to practice our love and also our joy share with others. Yeah, so it is the method which I understood. Yeah, so what it is about 16-week Hyojong witnessing camp. It is the way to become Chonbo family. So it is the training place to make ourselves individual perfection. Yeah, as also Hui Kim explained very much. So it is about egoist myself. Yeah. Empower our original mind. Firstly, find out and communicate and empower our original mind, and also at the same time eliminate our fallen nature. Recognize what I have, and such a way we can daily through the problems we can actually realize which problem I have, and working on that. Repenting, and also practicing every day God's word daily with a goal. We find out on that day the word which I want to apply, and focus on that, and then during the daytime we can realize actually with that word how it works in me. Yeah. So there was in this Korean 16-week camp, daily, actually, brothers and sisters, they are reporting about their experiences, about how it was with this, their observation and realization about this world, how it works in their daily life. There are many beautiful and moving testimonies. Yeah, so it's very. I think if we get habit, I think it's really wonderful way to go forward. Yeah, and finally, with this kind of experience, personal experience, we can improve, or our family can change step by step. If I change, then my spouse can change it, and also our children can change. So main point is that really I do, and I create myself and experience really, and develop day by day. Yeah, and so when we make family beautifully perfected in such a way, then
Okay,
with this
sorry
know-how.
to interrupt. Can you move your slide together? If there was someone asking.
Yeah, okay. Do you see this? Do you see, or?
We're seeing number 18, I believe.
Yes, 18. I'm still on this page. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so and then our family become happy, then just we can share this kind of experience with our neighbors, and eventually we can help other family, and there can be many other families receiving such a grace and blessing as we have. Yeah, it is the vision. And also then what is the method how I achieve this kind of things? Yeah, the method is it's repeating. So it's about 정성. It's daily doing this 훈독회 and also maybe other form of 정성, 경배. There are 43 경배s or more, and also prayer, daily prayer. Calling names and praying, it is very much recommended, and yeah, it is very much powerful. So Trinity can gather together a name list for whom we want to focus to move, and then we can pray for each other every day for with those names. Yeah, and also daily practicing this relationship, practicing with concrete people. For example, with my husband, or with my children, or with some other person. Yeah, so that concrete some practices. Yeah. And then also Professor Gill recommend very much. We really report every day if it is possible. Report. Of course, it's not easy to report every day, but if we can keep in certain way and really reach that that way, then yeah, we can experience very near relationship with true mother, and also this heart to be connected. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to do these things. It's still on the way. Yeah. And then also the method is that through this 효정 team, yeah. So if 3 people make unity centered on same goal, same vision and mission, and together make unity, then yeah, there will be Holy Spirit coming and really working. Yeah, Professor Gill said that there are many cases that even miracles are happening. Yeah, some sick, some spouse become healthier and so on. So it's really wonderful things can happen. Yeah, and then of course daily practice this heavenly give and take action. It means that we try, we believe that everybody has heavenly parent inside, and without my own ego, we try to communicate the other person's conscience and original heart. Yeah. So this is which I understand. It is such as some method. Yeah, and then through this we can really happily develop ourselves and develop our family, and also eventually we can have we can help others also to become such a happy family and individuals. Yeah. So maybe what is a vision of a 16-week 효정 witnessing team, and how it can be connected to Vision 2027, which is very wish of our true parents, and yeah, it is about 1/3 of humankind to be embraced by Heavenly Parents Holy Community. So yeah, is there some contribution from this 16-week 효정 witnessing camp? Yeah, I believe there is. because in Hyojong team, actually it's very unique is that there we create a small group, Hyojong team, and it is the place where members can feel home and be supported and feel like be nurtured and grow up there. Yeah. And then also of course, our spirit and heart is growing there. In our church, big church, it is kind of a big gathering, so there is not so much personal space. But here, this Hyojong team, it is a small team, and there we feel more personal, and we can have such relationships. Yes, and yeah, so there also there we can experience Holy Spirit. Yeah. So actually, just if still time is okay, then I would like to little bit share about some interesting some data. Yeah, there was some study from some church growth study center. There, from that study, very interesting information is this, that when there are 10 members, church members, witness and during 1 year, if they witness one person each, then yeah, also in that case, those newcomers, 10 newcomers, if they are settled down in the church 100%, then this result will become after 10 years. It's very interesting way. So if it is 100% everybody remained in the church, then after 1 year it's 20 people, it become 20, 2 years later 40, 3 years later 80, and 10 years later 10,240. It's amazing. 10 people, from 10 people, after 10 years, it become 10,000 people. And if this church capacity is 50%, that only among 10, 5 newcomers settle down to the church, then in such a church, after 1 year 15, and 2 year 23, and so on. So after 10 years, there will be 608 people. Yeah, their number of members will be grow in such a way. And if this settlement rate is 20%, only among 10, 2 remained in the church. Then there, yeah, after 10 years, just 59 membership will be. So and yeah, so you can see this settlement rate is very much incredibly different, making difference. So yeah, if we can ask actually, if we have such a church, can we create such a very effective church? Yeah, so witnessing one person through the 1 year, actually it's quite possible, maybe even more, it's possible. So we can, if we are inspired and happy, then we can happily witness one person. Yeah, and in this moment, in our movement, our movement has settlement rate is only 10%. So our growth is in general, it is yeah 10%. So maybe we are very much focusing to witness. So every year, these three kind of church witness samely investing. 10 people they are witnessing. Everybody, one person bringing. But according to that environment, how many can remain? Result is incredibly different. So maybe it's very important to think about more focus how to make newcomers settle down in our movement, then go out and bring newcomers. Yeah. So in this way, and also there are of course other factors. So in the case, what can make newcomers settle down? Yeah, there are some four important points. For example, newcomers need during first 6 months of joining, they need at least 6 friendship. They create 6 friendship with 6 people at least. Yeah, and also there, from that study, it was shown that if members are 100, then at least 7 small groups, active, many kind of active group is needed where some activities are going on. Yeah, and if there are 5 such as some groups which is active, at least one of that should be very new one, which has less than 2 years ago formed. And also newcomers, if 10 of newcomers, at least 9 of them should join to such as some group to be included and be active. So we can have question, do we have such an environment for newcomers to settle down? Yeah. So from this point, we can have a great hope and vision in our Hyojung team. Yeah, this Hyojung Trinity team is it is very much family-like and nurturing and supporting each other and loving each other. Such as some community can be experienced there. Yeah, so in such a way, it gives really very, very good vision, and not only vision, but I believe that it is the key. Maybe we can really see the hope. We can make it through this way. Yeah, and so in the okay, then what we should prepare in this moment? Yeah, so to in the beginning, we can make 3 or 12 members as a team. You can create such a team, and among them, if you have such a members, then and it is more than 3, then you just form trinities among them. Yeah, and then as a team, you make a meeting in person. It's great. If it is not possible, then through online, for example, Zoom, and you make a meeting. And then also you really make sure purpose and focus, and preparation together. And also read the keynote message. We focus to such an important point, and also share each other as a team, and also start to act on that. Yeah, and then of course share as a team. We share together and also report together, and also report to Heavenly Parents and our able figures as well. Yeah, and also share our questions and answers together as a team. Yeah, so it is what I wanted to share with you. So thank you very much.
네. 발표하는데 수고 많이 하셨습니다.
Thank you very much for your presentation.
예. 이 발표를 들으시고 우리 그 캐나다의 우리 간바신 목사님, 여기서 핵심이 뭐라고 생각하십니까? 지금 쭉 들으시면서.
Okay, I have a question to Reverend Kambashi from Canada. As you listen to the presentation, what do you think is the key point?
Yes, not only from her presentation, but from both of them, I mean, two presentators, they're talking about the methods learned from Professor Gil's guidance. But I believe the bottom line is, for me, to be focused, focus on their purpose. That is the most important thing, and also the most difficult part. That's what I felt, because here we have pastors, leaders, and leaders of home group activities. They have all of us have missions, responsibilities, things to do, but 24/7, we need to be focused on witnessing, forming home group activities. Otherwise, I don't think we can see any result. That's why how we can be focused every day on our goal is really important. Thank you.
예, 목표와 초점이 중요하다.
And purpose and focus is important.
우리 보니까 그 데이비드 랜들 님께서는 지금 두 분의 발표에서 어떤 그 강력한 그 초점을 느끼고 계십니까?
Okay, I have a question to Reverend David Randall. What do you think is focus from two presenters that you've learned? What's the most key points?
Yeah, I thank you, Professor Gill, for your guidance and the presentations. Of course, we always have model. We always have the logic model. So this second presentation, of course, there's a lot of formalization and how things would actually develop. Somehow there's got to be our partnership with heaven is important to me. As Reverend Kambashi said, we're involved in so many different things, and our priorities are always being pulled, particularly those of us who are serving in leadership positions. To me, the most important thing is our internal desire and will to actually bring the result for the sake of building the kingdom. We always get caught up in trying to fulfill the goals or make the numbers or whatever. I don't feel that's, for me personally, that's not enough motivation. Really transforming, I think, my heart and my will and my desire to really save people and to really save this nation and to build the kingdom. This is the kind of motivation I think that's very important for me. I do think that Jungsung is so critical. Our daily focus, our daily practice. We never practice, we never know, we never do. I love this concept of see well, do well, and be well. This is all, I think, very, very, very important. So I personally want to really be motivated so much every day that everyone we see, I really want to bring them into the kingdom. So that's my initial response. Thank you.
네, 고맙습니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you very much.
오늘 발표한 두 사람에 대해서 나에게 키포인트가 뭡니까? 라고 물어본다면 난 이렇게 대답해 보겠습니다.
Okay, any one of you, you've heard the presentations from two people. Would you like to share what you think the key points are from these two presenters?
우리가 앞으로 해야 될 16주 프로그램 이 내용에 대해서 이걸 우리가 왜 하느냐?
For the 16-week curriculum, why do we do this? Why do we need this?
한마디로 함께 어떤 목적을 달성하려고 하는 사람들끼리 묶어지고 팀이 되어야 된다. 이것이 첫 번째고요.
The first thing is for those of all of us who want to do it together as a team to create and achieve the goal to achieve the goal is a reason why.
그리고 이 팀이 되려면은 시스템보다 더 중요한 거는 팀 스피릿이다. 이것을 얘기할 수 있겠어요.
And the most important thing is not just the system, but the team spirit that we want to cultivate.
팀 스피릿이 나오게 하려면은 자기가 없어야 되고 에고를 없애고 팀 스피릿이 나올 수 있는 그 성령의 힘, 성신의 힘을 이끌어낼 수 있도록 하나가 되어야 된다. 이렇게 말할 수 있겠고요.
In order for us to create the team spirit, to draw out the team spirit is we have to be selfless and we have to bring the power of Holy Spirit. And that's how we can create the team spirit.
그래서 이런 사람들이 묶어서 행하는 프로그램이라든가 스케줄이라든가 시스템 같은 것들이 교회 안에 정착되어 있어야 된다.
And this kind of program schedule systems have to be settled in our communities and in our churches.
바로 이것은 조금 아까 우리 그 체코에서 발표한 것처럼 전도를 많이 해서 들어온 사람들이 떨어지고 하는 것보다는 전도보다 더 중요한 것은 정착이라고 하는데 포커스가 있는 것입니다.
As Mrs. Kim from Czech Republic shared, of course, witnessing a lot of people is important, but more than that, when they join our movement or church, how much they can settle in is more important and needs to have focus on that part as well.
10명이 1년에 한 명만 전도해더라도 이 사람이 떨어지지 않고 정착한다 그러면 10년이 되면은 여러분 10,000명이 넘는 결과가 나오지 않았습니까?
As you saw from the presentation, if 10 members in the church witness one person per year, after 10 years, you can have more than 10,000 people if each one of them 100% settled and became members.
여러분 나라에 10명이 안 되는 식구가 있습니까?
In each country, is there any country that you don't even have 10 members in your country?
10명이 된다면 1년에 한 명만 전도하자고요.
If you have 10 members in your country, let's witness one person per year.
그 사람이 떨어지지 않게 하기 위해서 뭐가 필요하냐? 16주 이 팀 스피릿, 16주 이 팀 워크가 필요하다.
In order for them not to leave the newcomers, we need to create this team spirit through a 16-week program.
네, 이렇게 되면은 시간이 흐르면 흐를수록 우리는 10명이 10,000명이 될 수 있는 놀라운 결과를 갖게 된다.
As time goes by, we can create from 10 people to 10,000 people.
그래서 오늘 제가 제안하는 것이 16주 효정팀 이것을 지속적으로 하자. 이것을 제안하면서 오늘 두 분의 발표를 듣게 되었습니다.
So my recommendation is let's continuously create this 16-week 효정 team program.
예. 그래서 이제 다음에 모일 때는 제가 자료를 드립니다. 이 자료를 잘 보시고 우선 제일 첫 번째 주제인 정성이라는 주제가 있는데 그 정성의 팀을 만들어서 여러분들이 한 결과를 우리들 앞에 보고할 수 있는 그런 그 다음번 우리가 스케줄이 되길 바랍니다.
So next time I'm going to give you some content that I've prepared. And first topic is 정성. And through this 정성 team that you create, and for the next part, I would like to listen to your result through your 정성 team.
네, 그걸 위해서는 일단은 가상적으로 팀을 만드셔야 되겠고요.
In order for us to do that, you need to create a team.
팀을 만들어 가지고 팀의 사명서 같은 것들을 만드셔야 될 거고요.
And you will have to create a team's mission statement.
네, 그래서 그 팀이 모여 가지고 함께 움직여 나갈 수 있는 시스템의 구조 같은 거를 서로 공부를 하셔야 될 겁니다.
You need to study the system, how you can be active together and to move your team.
네, 그래서 그걸 어떻게 운영하는가 하는 것은 영상도 제가 보여드리겠고 지금 16주 프로그램에 대한 것도 여러분 자료를 드리겠습니다.
And I will provide the contents of 16-week program curriculum and also how to you can organize and conduct your team through videos as well.
네. 그래서 오늘은 저 두 분이 또 그 분이 발표할 분이 계시지만은 시간이 됐기 때문에 다시 다음번으로 이거는 미루도록 하겠습니다.
I know there were two other presenters who have prepared today, but because time's up almost, we can hear them next time.
네. 근데 사실 발표할 자료를 먼저 봤더니 주제와 좀 동일한 내용이 좀 돼야 되는데 이게 신정매 활동 보고를 하는 내용이었습니다.
Actually, I saw the contents for the presentation, and they were not really related to today's topics, but rather was more of a report of their Heavenly Tribal Messiah activities.
예. 그래서 여기는 이 주제에 관한 것에 대한 것을 활동한 것을 실천한 것을 발표하도록 그렇게 하면 좋겠습니다.
So I'd like to encourage you all when you make a presentation, it needs to be related to the topics that you've done your activities and how you've practiced, and those kind of contents I would like you to share.
예. 오늘 이렇게 밤늦게까지 여러분들이 이렇게 들어주셔서 정말 고맙고요. 두 분의 발표자에게 우리가 뜨거운 박수를 보내주십시다. 감사합니다라고.
Thank you so much for attending today's session. Let's give a big round of applause for two presenters today.
예. 그리고 우리가 참 어머님에게 우리가 이렇게 멋지게 16주 프로그램을 성공해서 정말 할머님 성의 백성들을 증가시키겠다는 약속하는 의미에서 어머님 걱정하지 마십시오 하면서 우리 박수를 보냅시다.
And to our true mother, let's give a big round of applause saying we will be successful through this 16-week program, and we will develop our heavenly holy community. Let's give a big round of applause to our true mother.
감사합니다.
Thank you very
감사합니다.
much.
정말 수고 많이 하셨습니다.
Thank you.
네, 김 부장님.
네, 오늘 참 많은 분들이 교육에 참석해 주셔서 희망과 비전을 확인했던 시간입니다.
Thank you very much for all your attendance. We have many people joining today. We could confirm our vision and hope through today's meeting.
네, 그러면 폐회에 앞서 천지인 참부모님께 경배드리면서 모든 일정을 마무리 짓겠습니다.
Before we wrap up today's session, let's give reverence about our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind.
네, 천지인 참부모님께 경배
경배
바로
바로
네, 이상으로 2023 제3차 첨보 리더 스쿨 영어권 2회차 수업을 큰 박수로 마치겠습니다. 감사합니다. 수고
네.
많으셨습니다.
We'll conclude the 2023 third Global Chamber Leaders School English session with a big round of applause. Thank you.